Good afternoon. This is TTT Live and TTT Live online on Facebook. I'm Dike Rostant with a COVID-19 review. This country will welcome 69 nationals home this week. Minister of Health Terence Deyalsingh announced at the virtual conference this morning that 29 will come from cruise ships, 30 from Caracas, and 10 from Guyana. More on this story in a subsequent newscast. All licensing offices will reopen for business this Wednesday. In a release, the Ministry of Works and Transport says that preventative measures to limit the spread of COVID-19 will be implemented. In light of this, customers will be required to pre-book appointments using the numbers 612-2700, that's 612-2700, or 612-2710. This booking can also be done online. The release says that the St. James office will facilitate only transactions concerning permits, meaning first issue, renewal, duplicates, endorsements, and taxi badges. Other offices will offer all services, including permit transactions, regulation exams and driving tests, applications for provisional permits, and vehicular transactions. Normal working hours are in force, that is between 8 a.m. and 4:15 p.m. The officer in charge reserves the right to implement measures where necessary to mitigate congestion. Moving on to other things, even as CSEC exams loom closer with a definite start date of July 13, the Minister of Education reminded us that teachers are not being forced to go to the physical employment places at this time. But Gabrielle Balgobin is a computer science student at the University of Bristol, and she's doing what she can to help fill that gap. Hello, good afternoon, Gabrielle.
Hi, good afternoon.
How are you at this point in time?
Hi, sorry, I can't hear.
I'm just wondering, how are you at this point in time?
Pardon?
Are you well? Okay, we're moving forward though.
Sorry, can't hear you.
Okay, well, we're going to try to fix that at this point in time. But as a University of Bristol student, I want you to let me know what was your thoughts. What were you thinking? What were you feeling when you're hearing status updates and you are about COVID-19 and the pandemic and you are away from home?
Well, at first there was a lot of anxiety because it's hard being away from home and then knowing if anything happens at home or to meet over there, you won't be able to get home. So I was contemplating staying in England, but then when the government made a decision to close borders, I thought, okay, I should reach a... So, yeah.
What was your family saying when you were thinking about whether or not to stay or whether or not to go?
Sorry, I can't hear you.
Okay. What were your parents saying or other family members? Did they want you to stay? Did they want you to come back as quickly as possible? Or what was that conversation like?
Well, I called my mom and my dad and we weighed the options because from the time when the government made the decisions to close the borders and we had the 14-day period to return, I still had classes going on in university. So I really didn't want to rush out and have to miss classes and exams. But then when my university decided to close and start online classes, I decided to come down. So then it was a matter of just working out the logistics, finding a flight and coming home.
Are classes still going on for you online?
Classes have ceased online and classes will continue in October, but they will be in person.
All right, so you're hearing the school is saying that they're going to close and the school is going to be online. What is the process? So you hear they're coming, was it easy to get in? Take us through those steps?
Well, there was a lot of anxiety involved because now everybody has masks and this was new. So this was middle of March. So you're now accustomed to seeing people with gloves and masks. So that was anxiety inducing. And then you're just very, very, well, you have to think a lot about what you're touching and you don't want to make in contact with your face. But then I had to travel with the N95 mask. So it's quite hard to keep that on because the flight is probably like 9 hours, then 3 hours in the airport before, 3 hours bus. So to keep these masks on for such a prolonged period of time is draining and you're just unaccustomed to it. And then the airport, you have so much more security measures, you have so many temperature checks. So it was an ordeal.
Safely, and I'm sure your family is glad as well. But what is your current routine like? Because someone gave me some information about you, and that is why we're having this conversation.
So my current routine is I just try and do some work during the day, but I'm just basically at home trying to make the best time with family and keep up my studies, as well as now that I recently started offering these online health classes. So that's been keeping me busy.
So, what subject is it that you're offering help in, and how did that start?
Well, it started when one of my friends who was in a CAPE class messaged me and she was like, I know you did CAPE computer science and she's having some problems with some certain things and if I would mind giving her a hand. So I said, sure, we organized some calls. So I just helped her, sent her some resource material. And then I decided because CAPE computer science is a subject where there are limited resources, limited lessons. I decided to offer help to anybody who really needed it. So I started by posting it on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, just saying if anybody needs help, feel free to contact me, whether it's past paper questions, whether it's theory, and I'll try to help you out in whatever way I could.
So, take me through that process. So, someone has an issue. How you just spoke about different ways or different platforms that they can reach out to you on, but how do they get from okay, I have the problem to Gabrielle helped me with the problem?
It's really simple. So what they could do is if they have a question and it's like a past paper question they don't understand, or whether it's like a syllabus objective or a particular topic, they just need to message me, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, WhatsApp. Just message me, hi, my name is so and so, and I'm a CAPE computer science student, and I just would need some help with this. And they send it to me, and then I try and send either pictures, voice notes, explaining it, trying to help as best as I could. And if they still don't understand it, I'll say, okay, what's a good time for a Zoom call? Would you mind if we just talk it through? And we move from there.
All right, so what are your handles? So if someone is looking for you on one of these social media platforms, they can find you?
Yeah, I use my name, Gabrielle Balgobin, on Facebook, Instagram. So it's quite easy to find.
So moving forward, what has the response been like? Because yes, you say it started off with a friend, but it seems as though there's more than one friend now. So what are people saying when in terms of the help that they're getting from you, the tutoring that they're getting from you?
Well, everybody so far has been so grateful. And they were like, they never had this type of support offered before. Because, well, some of these students I've been helping have been a Unit 2 CAPE students. And they were saying, going up to exams, like you're studying and you have a question you just can't get out. Or you just end up getting stuck on a particular topic and it just gets so stressed out. And sometimes it's because usually schools are closed, you're just studying for exams. And it's just really good to have somebody to message and just get a response like, hey, this is what you could do, and just to offer some support and some help. So far it's been going really well.
I know the Caribbean CXC says in order for the Caribbean to become an integral part of this new world and take advantage of the economic opportunities it offers, citizens need to be able to use existing computer-based systems and to create and maintain them. So I guess this is a big part or big chunk or significance of where your course of studies is taking you. And because the latter requires a solid foundation in computer science. With that said, do you know what you want to specialize in? This is going down because you're in year one now, but do you know what you want to specialize in during your studies or even when you have your degree in hand?
No, right now I'm undecided. At first I wanted to go into like the cybersecurity aspect of it, because now you see all these organizations getting hacked, and it's a very versatile field because no matter what business and what institution you're in, you must have some degree of security. So at first I was looking into that, specializing into that, but then I did a first year course and I decided probably I don't like it. So now back to the drawing board. So right now I'm just experimenting, seeing what I like, and hopefully I'll figure it out soon.
Okay, now getting into your business a little bit, I'm not sure whether or not you have any friends doing comp-sci within one of the schools in the Caribbean. Do you all talk about that, and what are some of the things that you all have in common and possibly a little different?
I have some friends who are doing action in UE, but they aren't doing computer science by itself. I think it's computer science, it's computer engineering as opposed to computer science. And computer engineering focuses a lot more on the hardware aspects of it rather than the software aspects, which is computer science. It's more like the programming, and you don't really go much into the computer architecture. But I don't think we have enough emphasis on computer science in our education system at the moment locally. So I definitely think most universities should be offering more courses and more options with respect to ICT fields.
Okay, now I was trying to get you on the program on Friday, but that didn't happen. Care to share some of what the workload was like on Friday?
I was helping my dad. My dad actually has a pharmaceutical company, so he just asked me to come out with him and do some deliveries, visit some pharmacies. So I was actually on the road on Friday.
So what was that like? Were you more excited or was Dad more excited?
Both of us were excited now because I just got to spend a lot of time with Mom and Dad, which I haven't been able to do in a while.
All right, so we want to thank you so much, Gabrielle. Oh, in closing, is there anything else that you want to say with regard to the situation that we're in, friends and family? I don't know whether or not you still have friends who are outside that you'd want to send a message to. Giving you 30 seconds to do that now.
I just want to tell everybody to take care in this trying time. And my thoughts and prayers are with everybody, whether they're in Trinidad or out of Trinidad. We see the global situation as it is today is quite troubling. And just to put positive thoughts out there, and thanks to all our frontline workers, healthcare workers, police, everybody who's just trying to do the best they could and try to do the right thing. And thank you so much for having me, and all the best.
Our pleasure, and thank you for doing what you're doing. There's a saying that until all have crossed, none have crossed, and some we have to carry. So we want to thank you for doing your part, Gabrielle Balgobin, and just helping to share the love.
Thank you. Yes, everybody has to do what they have to do.
Yes, ma'am, and that is what is trending on COVID-19. Now remember, you can join us for live coverage on TTT, Talk City 91.1 FM, Sweet 100.1 FM, Next 99.1 FM, as well as on Facebook at TTT Live Online for all your COVID-19 updates. Thank you for joining us. On behalf of the TTT crew, I am Dike Rostant. Bye for now.